Yo, 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 yo. Make sure this motherfucker on. What up? 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 What it do? How y'all doing today? All I want to do is let y'all know. All I want to do is let y'all know on the day. Y'all here. Y'all live. The made it to 30 podcast. You know what I'm saying? We made it to 30, yeah. But yeah, on a serious tip, I'm here to tell y'all I love y'all, man. Not because I know y'all. Shit, most motherfuckers grew up loving God, never seen him. I'm saying I love y'all because I want better for y'all. You know what I'm saying? I love y'all because we going through pretty much the same shit. Might be on a different scale, might be in a different way, but we pretty much going through the same shit. Anybody who came through to spend that time with me, man, I appreciate y'all. Let's say thank you to the universe, thank you to our ancestors, thank you to anybody and everybody who had a part in shaping our lives and impacting our lives and helping us get to the point that we going. All right, let's take off. All right, I came on here to talk for real. So if y'all don't want to talk for real, you know what I'm saying? Uh, y'all probably shouldn't be here. Let that stress go. It ain't yours. Let them bills go. They ain't yours, bro. Think about it, bro. My sister got a saying, and the saying go like this right here. Bro, I just met you, whatever the time and whatever the date and whatever the, you know what I'm saying, scenario was when I met you, but I just had met you then. It ain't nothing, and it'll probably take less time to forget you. You know what I'm saying? So don't let that go over your head. I'm not saying that for you to be arrogant. I'm not saying that for you to be cocky. But confidence is the name of the game. Confidence is the name of the motherfucking game. Excuse my language, but shoot, they be showing all kind of stuff on YouTube. So, but I'm new to this, so I ain't trying to, you know what I'm saying. But confidence, that's the name of the game, man. You believe what you believe because the confidence factor behind it. That's why I titled this "Relation to the Problem." Relation to the problem. Relation to the problem. Most people talk about relationship. Most people talk about related. It's all that same stuff right here. What I'm saying is, if you have no relation to the problem, you can never understand. You can never really formulate or populate a solution. You gotta realize necessity is the mother of invention. So if you ain't never been through nothing, if you ain't never da 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 and whoop de whoop, you know what I'm saying, then you won't be able to come up with an adequate solution. If you never been through it, if you don't have experience on it, if you never looked up the topic, if you never talked about the topic, if you never took a little time out your day to get familiar with this, you'll never really even care about the solution. I said that to say this. Time to be critical. The little snippet, because I don't follow media, the little snippet that I caught of the press conference after we removed our troops was a nonchalant commander in chief. Honestly, shout out to you. Thank you for being here. Was a nonchalant commander in chief. He said if we had kept him there another day, another month, another, it wouldn't have changed the fact that the Taliban was going to do what they was going to do regardless. With that being said, for 25 years we was over there doing whatever. I can't really, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of above my pay grade, honestly. But what he said was, it didn't matter when he did it, this was inevitable. With that being said, relation to the problem. He never spent the day in a war zone. He don't know what a minute more of relief is. He has no relation to the problem. He only knows the analytics behind it. He only knows the business model behind it. He only knows the corporate version, the politically correct version. But I ain't come here to bash because somebody put him there. What I came to say is to the Middle Eastern people, because I don't want to leave anybody out, not specify anybody. I don't want to leave anybody out when I say this. I can't speak on the video no more than to use it to say this right here. With the amount of people that I saw trying to board that plane, with the amount, the billions of equipment that we left behind, there's small to little of any chance that the Taliban would stand a chance if y'all would stand up and fight. That's what I'm saying. If y'all would, and when I say that, don't think I'm picking on nobody. Please, I completely understand. In my mind, every day I wake up is a war zone, and that's because the color of my skin, but that's also because of perspective, what's been pushed on me, and what I subscribe to. With that being said, if you like this so far, like, subscribe, share, comment, show the love, spread the love. We made it to 30. This the Made It to 30 podcast. But back on topic. I grew up and I was always around older people. So I got some wisdom. And they said it take a village to raise a village. Now in my 30 years, because we made it to 30, in my 30 years, I also realized there was a part that they left out. It take a village to raise a child, but it also take a village to be a village. Let that sink in. Before we get to the point where the child can be impacted, we as a village must do some things to get ourselves as a whole to the point to where a child even have a reason to be in our vicinity, in our presence. Because if we can't do for one, we failed. I don't care if we did for 1,000,000. I don't give a fuck about the numbers. If in 1,000,000 you didn't go back for that one, yeah, which would have made it 1,000,001, I don't give a fuck about your efforts. And yeah, I had to say it like that. We had to put our big boy drawers on for that moment. You know what I'm saying? We had to take the kid gloves off. That means we fighting. So what I was saying is nobody who is not related or have no relation to the problem is gonna come up with a solution. But that's not a problem either. The people in the problem got the best vantage point, the best POV, and to break that down, point of view. You know what I'm saying? The best point of view on what could be done, what should be done, and bettering and making things better for the village around you. Because it's not no community. It's a village. Yeah. Community gives you separation, makes individuals. Everybody want to be an individual so bad they forget about the big picture as a whole. So yeah, we got to have a village mentality. We got to come up with the solutions ourselves. We have to be accountable ourselves. We have to hold everybody who has anything to do with our time, energy, our presence, our financial, whatever we putting towards them, we got to hold them accountable. It's about being accountable. We got to hold ourselves accountable and everything around us accountable. Because if you pay attention in the planet, they holding everything around us accountable, whether you paying attention or not. Everything around us is getting a pressure check. So if you know how life works, because I've been speaking on this, but just my new podcast thing, so I re-elaborate. It's only a us problem until it's an all problem, and when it's an all problem, it might be too late because it might not be enough for us. We going deep now. Shout out to my smoke detector too. Now we ain't putting no batteries in that thing. But yeah, back on topic. Gotta hold everything accountable. Right now, we praying for Haiti. Shout out to Haiti. Shout out to y'all strength in the midst of adversity. Shout out to y'all strength. Real talk. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to my Zoes. Shout out to my Zoes. Shout out to my Zoes. You know what I'm saying? We stand with y'all. I don't really know what more I could do besides really tell the people around me to hold our government accountable, because in those stimulus packs they have foreign aid, so it shouldn't be no individual who has to send nothing more than a kindness, because they already wrote it in foreign aid. That's foreign. They need aid. Yeah, use that bread for what it need to. That bread need to be used for, not lacing pockets and not going on vacations. But you know they're gonna say that's above my pay grade too, and probably my tax stature. But that don't make me me. Yeah, no title and no my nika. I think that's how you say it. My knicker. I don't know how you said it, but the billboard. None of that shit don't make me who I am. I'm who I am because I wake up, I look inside of self, I do some self evaluating, I do some self affirmations, I hold myself accountable. And even today, as I'm talking to y'all, there's a lot more that I could be doing, but I plan today to do a lot more. This one step. One step equal to 12 step plan, what I heard. But yeah, it's time for our government to step up. Cuba, we praying for y'all too. Lebanon, over there where they were dropping them missiles and going to war amongst themselves, we praying for y'all too. I don't know the name of everywhere. Shoot, but we praying for Russia. We praying for Korea. We praying for China. We praying for Australia right now. You know what I'm saying? They need some liberation over there from what I've seen, a little bit of research that I was able to do. You know what I'm saying? Right now we praying for y'all. But we also telling y'all to wise up and stand up. America, I'm talking to y'all too. Wise up and stand up. Stop complying. Stop going for the BS. You know what I'm saying? It's about the village. It's about the village. They don't talk about herd immunity. They don't talk about that. They don't talk about standing up for your rights. They don't talk about standing up for your freedoms and your liberties. Yeah, anybody. And this goes back to that Taliban situation. Our military left billions of dollars of supplies there. Supplies there. Arm yourself and go to war. Don't be scared. Shit, you gonna die. Regardless. The question is how many people you gonna take with you from the opposition? That's the question. Honestly. That we gotta ask ourselves. Gonna die regardless. The only thing a motherfucker gonna do in this world is die. Yeah, that's guaranteed. Whether you become successful or not, whether you climb the ladder or not, whether somebody give you praise or not, you're gonna die. What you gonna do between that gap? That's what counts. Take up arms. They said them boys was terrorists. Y'all don't have no leadership. They took a vacation. I'm not gonna say whether I blame them or not, because you what they say, you knew it. What UPS tell me all the time, you knew it came with the job. Okay, that's kind of harsh, unhuman, inhumane, but I guess that's the corporate mindset. Shout out to them though. It ain't all bad. It's what you make it, I guess. But take up arms and fight for yourselves. Don't look for nobody to solve y'all problem. Don't women, if they don't want to give y'all liberations outside of a belief, change the belief. Fight and die for what you believe in. You know what I'm saying? Home on our soil, same thing. Haiti, Cuba, same thing. Australia, same thing. Yeah. If they become the opposition got to be dealt with. That's how they gonna handle you. That's how they gonna take you. That's on any scale. That's rules of combat. Yeah, rules of engagement. Look it up. You know what I'm saying? When you go to a foreign land, the rules of engagement are shoot when shot at. But here, on our homeland, the rules of engagement is shoot when you scared. Lord have mercy. How about not shooting at all? There's places where they got zero gun or low gun activity because they ain't got no guns there. I ain't saying that's the solution. Definitely not saying that's the solution. But I'm definitely saying your first option shouldn't be grab a blick. It shouldn't. I grew up fighting. My first option is fight. Now, if you engaged in a different manner, then we conduct ourselves in a different manner. But at the same time, bro, you got to be willing to put that work in for yourself. I say, God bless the man who put that work in for themselves. I'm elaborating. You know what I'm saying? I'm ad libbing, whatever you call it. But that's what you gotta do. You gotta put some work in for yourself. That's what you gotta do. Ain't nobody else gonna put that work in for you. But the second you begin to put that work in, the mindset change. Okay, shout out you. Appreciate you being here. I don't know who it is because you didn't comment. Drop a comment and let me know what you need, what you want to talk about, man. This is very interactive. You know what I'm saying? I ain't just on here to talk. I'm on here to, you know what I'm saying? If you need prayer, let me know. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be some hood stuff going on in your prayer, but God gonna hear me though. You know what I'm saying? On some G shit. But it's all about putting that work in. Once you put that work in, the mindset change, the perspective change, and it's all about a shift. Like I remember when I was going through driving, it was like, man, it might not be today, it might not be 5 years from now, but one day it's just gonna click. And when it click, everything going. That's the perspective, the right perspective. One day it's gonna click, and when they click, everything else is up. But you gotta first put that work in. Ain't nobody gonna come and cheerlead. You don't see no cheerleaders at practice. They on their own thing, doing their own thing. They got their own practice. Yeah, that's what they doing. Oh, think about it. Your teammates in practice ain't thinking about you. They worrying about how many shots, how many crossovers, how many tackles, how many whatever. The coach ain't even worrying about you. He watching the whole picture. The whole picture is what's important. Your mama not even worrying about you. Daddy not even worrying about. They dropped you off. They got shit to do. They glad you got an activity because they got some stuff that they got to get accomplished for a brighter future. We're gonna respect that. It's about the amount of work that you put in every single day. The work don't stop because the day you got an accolade or you had a high or you reached a milestone today. That don't mean the work stop. The work put in every day until you die, even after the mission accomplished. Because this is the part they forget. After the mission accomplished, what can I give back? What can I give back? Who can I get to my position? It's not lonely at the top. It's selfish motherfuckers up there. Yeah, I said it. Ain't lonely at the top at all. It's just motherfuckers help the wrong motherfucker get there and shitted on the motherfuckers who would have looked out for everybody. That's how it go. That's life. Don't get sidetracked though. Put that work in. Put that work in. Put that work in. You know what I'm saying? Look in the mirror and tell yourself another push up, another mile, one more stretch. Take another step. For all my people who are out of shape today, that go for you too. It's one step. It's one thought. It's determination. It's self-love. It's self-confidence. It's self-awareness. A lot of us is walking around unaware. Put that work in. Relation to the problem is how solutions are formed. Waiting on somebody else to be your savior is how habits are formed. That shit habit forming. Yeah, it make you dependent. Yeah, it take away your ability to be a warrior. It take away your ability to be a leader. It take away your problem solving capabilities. That would take away. And you look for somebody else to step in. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you for being here. I appreciate that. But that's what it do. It weakens you when you look for an outsider. Because that's what it used to be in the mob. I came up, I got it tatted on my stomach, 100 mob. You know what I'm saying? And the reason I said that was the mentality behind the mob. Fuck all the other shit they doing. Like I said, some of that shit be above my pay grade. But I saw family first. I don't care what the opposition or who the opposition is, what they dress, what's their political stature. If you play with ours, it's gonna be a problem. About us, balls to the wall, reckless, abandoned to the wind. That's what I grew up watching. You know what I'm saying? Westerns. They called them a posse. Why? Because they by the posse, Lord have mercy. But the posse, Lord, I'm about the squad, about the gang, about the. You know, I got it tatted on me. Loyalty over love, man. Love is an emotion. That shit changed, boy. Motherfuckers say they love you right now and go fuck off on you. Go do your dirty, backdoor you, whatever the new lingo is. But that loyalty, mm, mm, that shit like gold, boy. And if a motherfucker give you that, oh my God, don't play on that. I got a little bit off topic. That might be for another one. Relation to the problem. That's how you get a solution. You know what I'm saying? Hold yourself accountable. Hold everybody in your circle accountable. Hold the gang accountable. I'm not letting you go to jail. I'm not letting you go to hell. I ain't letting a nigga play with you either. We're gonna stand on business. We're gonna be official. Like I said, it take a village. The only reason the village is important because they know all the problems in the village. Knowing is half the battle. Confidence is 100. You put that, you got 150% already. And that was just with you yourself. Now imagine when that practice go right. Imagine when all the players was focused on themselves, bring it together. Imagine when the coach put the air soldier or the general put the air soldier in the position he's supposed to be in so he could play the role. Now we got playmaking ability. Now we got playmaking ability in the hood, in the village. We don't got enough playmaking abilities. We don't set ourselves up for enough playmaking opportunities. We don't go to practice enough. I love me some Iverson, boy. He was raw. But he hurt a lot of motherfuckers when he said, I don't give a damn about practice. Because a lot of people, they ain't you. And one thing they told me, because in UPS, I wouldn't lie to you, I be going in. Yeah, I ain't gonna let nobody step on nobody around me. But I've been like that since a kid. Oh yeah, I go to war with the bully. Nah, I ain't the biggest, but my head big and I could take a punch. So we talking about fighting. We can get it in. But back to what I was saying though, you get what I'm saying? Like if you as the village ain't gonna stand up, why would another village next door? Let's break this shit down. Let's put this analogy together. Let me hit this weed so I can stay on topic and stay, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to cannabis. The real cannabis, not that shit they cooking up. Cause you know when big pharma, they'll put another name on it, but that's who control the world. You know what I'm saying? When they put their hands on it, shit get ugly. But on a real tip, when you when you as the village show yourself strong, you build allies. Ain't nobody coming to help you until you help yourself, is what I'm saying. Until you put the plays together, until you study that playbook. Yeah, I get back on topic. You know what I'm saying? I had ADD. That's attention deficit. That's whatever the doctor said. They gave me a little medicine. That shit ain't work. But until you put the practice in, until you face to face in the mirror, and you can tell yourself all the flaws that you got, because people look on the outside in and they think that's a flaw, but that's actually a damn good defense mechanism. You got to learn yourself. You got to spend some time with self. That's what practice is for. Practice ain't to hit every shot. The practice is in your mind to work through scenarios if five defenders on you. If the lockdown defender got you and you going up against all-star talent and you the underdog and they done counted you out and they don't expect you to shine on this motherfucker because you ain't put up the highlight game last week. But he been putting up highlights the whole season. So they think that when you on the opposite side of this person, it's an automatic defeat. That's what practice for. Yo, that what practice for. Practice is the build of mentality. It's called muscle memory. Muscle memory ain't just for the shot. Muscle memory is for the mind. That's why it's called memory. Break the words down. Words got deeper meanings. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you got to go to practice. You got to give everything in practice because when you get used to giving everything, you'll learn to be Amp1Hunnit. Running on the reserve first. So now niggas on half a tank because they was running off the gas first. They got the gas pedal to the floor. They but you running on a reserve. You just keeping up. Because you know this a marathon. Shout out to Nipsey. You know this a marathon. That's what practice for. To build up the mental fortitude. Because most of this shit just come down to your mental. You thought heaven and hell you had to die for it? No, niggas is in heaven and hell up here every day. Doubting they self. Every time you in the room, you the elephant. You the elephant. Whether it's a baby elephant or a full-grown elephant. Every time you in the room, you the elephant though. You heard? Stand your ground. Put that practice in. Know your worth. In order to know your worth, you got to spend time with yourself. You got to do that. You remember in school, they had the two circles. They had this circle and they had that circle. But in the middle was the likes. On the outside was the way they wasn't similar. You got to do that with yourself. You got to have a real one-on-one with yourself. You know, oh shit, shout out to the mic. Hey, the money maker. You know what I'm saying? But you got to have a real sit down with yourself. You know what I'm saying? You got the this on this side, this is supposed to be the cons, these supposed to be the pros. These how the pros and cons work to make this tree grow. You gotta plant the seeds. You gotta put that practice in. You got to. Yeah, if you don't do it, who gonna do it? Imagine every time, and that's what I don't like school. I feel like you should be homeschooling, but let me get back on topic. One thing I liked about school is everybody had to put their name on the top of that paper. Putting your name on top of that paper, no matter what them answers is, right or wrong, shows accountability. It shows that this shit coming back to you. Practice. Homework. Me, I wasn't nobody who gonna do no homework, but I was gonna cheat. But you did your homework in the morning, but hey, let me copy that shit. I don't know if your shit right or wrong, but I'm finna I'm finna I'm finna that's all the homework, that's all the classes we got together. Damn, I gotta get up with two more people, but we only got two classes to go. I was practicing. So I was still taking in vital information. I passed a test on the motherfucker quick. You know what I'm saying? I passed a test on the motherfucker quick. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yep. Oh, ooh. Oh, yeah. That was in that one sentence I had wrote that one time. Oh, yeah. That was Monday. Okay. Oh, this Wednesday section. See, that's how you gotta break life down. But you don't get to break life down like that until you put that practice in. So you take some time with yourself, man. Meditate. And I ain't gonna say I be doing that shit right, but I be feeling damn good about the time I spend with myself. That's the shit you cannot get back. Time. Bro, you can make $1 million. Shit, I'll tell you about goddamn what the government doing to you. They are committing fraud. You are putting in work for them boys. They is not paying you every day for the amount of work that you are doing. You're not getting paid for the $100,000 worth of product you moved today. You're getting paid a little tiny piece of percentage of that shit for the work that you all the money you made them boys. Yeah, do that for yourself. Put that time in for yourself because you cannot get it back. You cannot get this time back. That is a commodity like land. Go buy your ass some land. I don't give a fuck about no designer. Them designers don't even like you. You know what they doing? Buying land on your dumb ass and stocks. Yeah, real estate. So they can continue to create generational wealth. And you know what we doing? Consuming. If you don't produce nothing, all you do is go to work. You're not producing. Labor don't produce nothing unless it got your name on it. That's when the labor is producing. You get what I'm saying? So you got a consumer mentality. Guess what? You're gonna always be at the bottom. And then guess what you're gonna hand down? Generate. You're gonna make the generate. Excuse me. Hold on. Little sip. Ah, that gas good, but I ain't lying. But yeah, no, it ain't Corona. I know that when nigga be thinking he choking, he calling. It's that. But that shit big. Shouldn't have said that on here. They would probably block me because I said that. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? You gotta put your name on it. You gotta put that practice in. You gotta put that work in. And you gotta love yourself, man. Like one thing I had like that I can apply from the Bible, which is the basic instructions before leaving Earth. That's what I believe. You know what I'm saying? There's some shit in there that can help you put together a good playbook. I ain't never read the Quran, but I'm gonna take some time out to do that. I ain't gonna say no time soon or not no time soon. You know how that go. But there's some stuff in there. And they say love thy neighbor like you love yourself. That's how you create a village. That's how you and the people who have relation to the problem can come up with a solution. We made it to 30. I don't know how old y'all is, but if you here with me, it feel good. We made it to 30. This the Made It to 30 podcast. Thank y'all for taking y'all time out. Like, share, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? All that. Why? It's Amp1Hunnit, 100 Mob. I appreciate y'all for being here. This ain't really no lecture, man. This is it's really supposed to be motivation. But I get why my little cousin told me, but I don't want to talk to you all the time because the nigga don't want to hear that shit all the time. But time is important. Because if I knew back then what I knew now, it would be more billionaire. But one thing I do know now, is that I'm gonna help create more billionaires. I'm gonna help people set up generational wealth. I'm gonna tell people to buy land because that's something that you can't get back like time. I'm gonna tell people that got down believe in themselves. I'm gonna tell people that guess what? I'm Amp1Hunnit. I'm known to rally the troops. Come on, this shit ain't over. Get in the fight. Hey, pay attention. Hold yourself accountable. Hold on, boy. Do one more sit up. Hey, boy, that layup was kind of sloppy. It went in, but next time, oh yeah, my layup missed too. But I was trying to help you do you. My bad. I'm gonna focus on me again because this practice, and the practice is what make perfect. Shout out to anybody who still got their mama. R.I.P. to mom, but she instilled some things in them years that she gave me, in the years that she gave the world. Because anybody who knew her, and some people on here who could verify if they from where I'm from and they know about her, she gave back to everybody. It wasn't just about her son. It wasn't just about her family. It wasn't just about our compound. It wasn't that. That wasn't it. It was about humanity. It was about this village. It was about building allies. It was about standing on something. It was about morals. You get what I'm saying? A lot of shit that we forgot. It's only my problem until it's your problem. And when it's your problem, it might not be no me. So that they don't let the problem consume somebody. You see somebody going through something, how can I help? And it's not always finances. Might be a kind word, might be a smile, might be a look of, yeah, boy, keep doing that. Shit don't hurt nothing. And you put positive energy in the atmosphere. What you put out, you will get back. You reap what you sow. But one thing that you got to keep reading them basic instructions before leaving Earth, because it tell you about reaping, it tell you about sowing, but in there it also tell you about the harvest. The harvest is from reaping and sowing. The harvest is from practice. You will not get a harvest without putting the work in. A flower is not going to grow the right way, be fruitful, multiply without you putting that work in, without that practice, without that effort, without the time, the commitment, the dedication, the passion. There's some shit you cannot leave out. A lot of shit is in the details. We be forgetting about the details. Thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all for tuning in. A lot of time we be forgetting about the details. It's the small details. If you are detail oriented, that's what it's called. If you pay attention to the smallest details, the big picture is easy to put back together, even if you never seen the big picture. Let that sink in. Let that sink in now. If you pay attention to the details, you might have never did that job. But if the job description described the job the right way and they ain't add no shit for the free in there, you'll be able to do that job off the description. All right, good guys, boy. Zoo that. Shout out to Carolina. Shout out to 843-954-803 44. These just a couple places I've been. 317. Shout out New York, California. Praying for Cali, man. I hope y'all, you know what I'm saying, bounce back from the flames and shit. But it's a lot of shit y'all slept on. One thing I had learned in this journey to Made It to 30 and this Made It to 30 podcast is not taking a stand, not moving, not doing nothing, turning a blind eye, turning the other cheek, putting your head down, acting like you don't see that shit. All that shit come with consequences too. It's only a us problem until it's a y'all problem, and it might not be no more us. Relation to the problem. Your your relation to the problem is what brings solution. The effort that you put in, the thought, the hours, the wrestling that you do with this idea, the laboring that you do with this dream, to birth this dream, the belief that you had in yourself, your health, your mental well-being, the reciprocity that's in your life, the give and take, your worth, your value. You need people around you who can see at least 3 or 4 of the things I just named at all times, even at your lowest. Because that's that village that it take to be a village mentality. You want to go fast? Ah, you want to go far? Get in this motherfucking huddle. Let's game plan. Let's have an audible. Let's have multiple audibles. Let's run this shit like Madden. Let's do 2K. Y'all in the 2K? Okay. Let's do this Call of Duty on a 4 man. Try not to get to the gulag. Need W. But need a lot of bodies too, because we want to shit on niggas. You know what I'm saying? Let's break it down to that. Still take a village. It still take a plan. It still take a strategy, a blueprint. Still take a foundation. You still gotta put that mortar down. I think that's what they call it, mortar. Still gotta put that groundwork in. Still gotta put that practice in. You still gotta learn the trade beforehand. You still gotta do some research. It's still steps that gotta be taken to get us to where we going. But everybody, every day, gotta take those steps. And it's also standing for something and not falling for nothing. Nothing. They say, I will not be swayed by any wind and doctrine. That's basic instructions before leaving Earth. Excuse me, y'all. Did that for the internet too. But yeah, that's basic instructions before leaving this motherfucker. It is. I won't be swayed. Oh shit, that's the wind. Like a tree don't be moved. They say faith will move a mountain. How many mountains you seen move? Why? Because you ain't moved none yourself. You ain't worked on moving mountains. You ain't worked on faith. You ain't put no practice in. Look inside of self. Spend some time. That precious commodity. If you can get time and land, you don't need them. They know that. Why you think they build apartments? Why you think they spell all that? You remember they said it was a lumber shortage or something? How could they put sky rise in the sky so you could be on top of each other, so you can't be grounding, so you can't get one with nature, so you can't build generational wealth and pass something down. That's why they got you living on top of each other. Yeah, that's why they not promoting building compounds like I'm talking about. But I was raised on one, so that ain't something they gotta promote. I come from that. It's a product of your environment. I come from that. I ain't gonna say wasn't imperfections because it was, but I come from land ownership. I come from them talking about my granddaddy who da 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 fisherman, medicine man, da 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 million families. I ain't gonna say he wasn't provocative. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't some suspense or mystery about him, but I came up on some land that him and his mother, Jane Johnson, who the road was named after. I came up on a compound. People who I knew, people who, if something was going wrong, you could reach out to them sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we had our imperfections, but we did this shit together. It took a village. I come up where the young people working, the elderly done retired. They watching all the kids. They homeschool. That shit easy. That shit easy for them. They don't like raise 5 generations. You look out for them, they look out for you. That's a village. Every time I watch movies from back in the days where they talking about the Mayans, or they talking about Azteca, or they talking about something from back in the days. You know, they don't talk about the Nunankai, but I'm learning about that too. Y'all should look that up. You know what I'm saying? I should get into y'all crystals. You know what I'm saying? I can keep some hanging. I try to burn a little sage, all that good shit. You know what I'm saying? Little rituals that I got for myself to keep my energy clear. But if you pay attention to that, they had elders, they had shamans, they had whatever title you want to put on. But it was people who was tapped into a higher purpose, a higher present, who directed everything, a chief, whatever your intuition is. They didn't have no government. All money in, like Nipsey said. They was putting all that money back into they self. And they self was thriving. They self was flourishing. They self really didn't need nothing else. That's what Black Wall Street and Tulsa was supposed to be. That's what you are. Nobody just haven't told you. So for the people who didn't tell you you was a god, you are. For the people who didn't tell you you was beautiful, you are. For the people who didn't tell you you had value, you do. For the people who didn't give you a word for a title, you don't need one, and you are very much you a gem. You know what I'm saying? For the people, because when you don't hear it enough, when you ain't used to that, that's what the village mentality is. The village mentality is pouring into the village. You pour into the village. There's no way you don't get. Come on, man. Y'all ain't crazy. If y'all were crazy, y'all wouldn't be here with me. I appreciate y'all being here. Like I said, like, comment, subscribe, share. Let's get this message out there. We all we need. We got the relation to the problem. So the solution in our hands. Hold yourself accountable. Put that practice in. Don't take no for an answer. Put another rep in. Put another rep in. Make another play. Have another highlight. This you. This your story. This your journey. You know what I'm saying? Don't go for nothing though. Don't go for do your own research. Strongest mind, strongest muscle besides your heart is your head. And then I think it's your third leg, but we ain't here for that. Excuse me. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, put that work in. Do some research. Get familiar with every topic. I had an uncle. Shout out my uncle Hank. Jack of all make trades, master of many. You know, they might say master of one, but he could do plenty of shit. Watching him taught me. You know what I'm saying? My role models wasn't no celebrity wearing no designer. When I grew up, it wasn't no motherfucking designer. I came up on the dirt road, man. Your school shoes was fresh for a week. A week. Because by the end of the week, you ain't got that same bag at the end of the day that you had walked to the road because it was a little moist. You don't got that same bag. You pulled that off, left that in the ditch. Shout out to littering. But hey, in the village, we used to go through in the summertime and clean up our community. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying dirt roads. We don't need no public nothing. We got this. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, your school shoes was got fresh for a week, bro. We was hustling. So you might have two, three, four pairs. Our parents were putting that work in. You might have I don't know what these people background was, but my mama had me fresh. Anybody who know, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my old girl. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, after a week, bitch, you got them scuffs. You got them shit. We ain't on no pretty boy shit. Not none of me and my dogs. You know what I'm saying? We on some other shit, you know what I'm saying? Vibing, being young people. You know how that shit go. I ain't gonna say we were robbing and killing and stealing because that'd be a lie. We wasn't doing none of that shit. I was in church. I was in church. I couldn't keep a motherfucking hand clap rock sing motion back then. Yeah, I couldn't hit. I was fucked up. I'm telling you, boy, I was on the choir looking crazy. Big ass head, little shoulders. I was looking crazy. Don't worry about that. That was what helped me get here. Being able to speak in front of crowds came from that shit. Shout out to the people who had me in there. Shout out to the pastor who came through that one time I had got that drug charge. You were the first black pastor, Dr. Elijah Washington. Shout out to you, homeboy. Came through, slid up, you know what I'm saying? Got my charges reduced a little bit, got me back in the game. Shout out to you. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate them. You know what I'm saying? Gotta give people their flowers. You know what I'm saying? While they here. But that's a village being a village. I've been a member of that church for a little minute. It wasn't nothing for him to slide up. You know what I'm saying? I had put a couple quarters in that collection plate, but I had a couple of dollars. Stop playing. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you though. But back to what I was saying. Relation to the problem. The people you impact, the people you don't step over, the people who you don't devalue, the people who you don't make feel like that one time when you felt like that shit that almost put you in a spiraled you into a depression or put you in a bad place, bad headspace, bad energy, whatever, bad vibe, whatever. As long as you're not putting that energy out here, you're doing something. You impacting this world in a positive way. You a game changer. You the MVP, honestly, because everybody not doing that. But that's your purpose. Your purpose is to give back. Because it might be that one word that you said that makes somebody go do something that's their purpose, that might put them in a position that later on in life they might come across you again. That's how that energy works. That energy is something that never stops, even after you die. Shit that you leave behind gonna keep on going, keep on going. So you might well put a bunch of good practice in, a bunch of good energy out, a bunch of good village mentality type of shit out. You might well, because they're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about the negativity too, but how long they live. They live and die in a moment. Legends is made forever. If you do some shit, you will become legendary. But you gotta do some shit. It's about what you willing to do, what you willing to sacrifice. If you give them 8 hours, I'll be giving them 14 sometime. You know what I'm saying? You got to give yourself at least half of that, at least a quarter of that. Practice at least 10% of that. Give yourself something. Give yourself something. Come up with an idea. Look around your community. Something going on to where you can start a business and that should have stay popping for a while. Because the small plan is to start here. That's you, what you got going on. But everybody outside of here got something like that going on. So it's all about marketing after that. It's all about promotion after that. That's that practice. I practice. Yeah, ain't nobody who is it's the best rappers. I ain't gonna name drop because I ain't looking for clout. You know what I'm saying? The best rappers. That shit came from them becoming who they was in their mind first, putting that practice in. It came from seeing what other people was doing, adding or taking away imperfections, making this shit yours, not stealing, not copying. If you do, pay homage. You know what I'm saying? That's the village mentality. I ain't stealing shit from you, but it was inspiring, so I said it. Shout out to you. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to God, because without the universal God, there's nothing that we could do. You ain't doing this shit on your own. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You already dependent on one. Now be dependable. Then you can depend on other people. Village mentality. Relation to the problem. When you don't hold yourself accountable, you can't hold nobody accountable. If I get my word, I ain't gonna break it. Hey, boy, I ain't gonna break it. Now, if I go to sleep, you know what I'm saying? My bad, for real. But if I give you my word, I'm gonna try to move on that. A lot of people who know me know that it's accountability. Because when you give me your word, but that be like gold. I'm taking your word to the bank. I finna go pay the light bill with that bit on gang. You know what I'm saying? That what that shit mean to me. That's what it mean when I give you my word. Hey yo, take this bitch to the bank, but hey, wait 2 to 3 business days if I could get my check. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that shit, yeah. Accountability, village mentality, relation to the problem. That's how solutions is made. Thank y'all for being here. I'm Amp1Hunnit. Thank y'all for coming to the 30 for 30 podcast. Thank y'all. I'm gonna be in Atlanta this weekend, the 21st. Pull up, pop out. My Instagram is Amp1Hunnit underscore 100 mob. No zeros. Spell that shit out. Don't be lazy. One HUNNIT underscore 1HUNNITMOB. You know how we going, man. Y'all be blessed. I love y'all. Like for real, love y'all. Like for real, love y'all. Like if nobody else in this world say to them motherfuckers, hey boy, Amp1Hunnit let me, boy, he had said that shit, and he said he mean what he be saying. So I already believe that shit, cause y'all can believe that shit. Y'all can take that shit to the bank too. Yeah, I'm gonna say what I mean. I'm gonna stand on something. Don't be tricked. Don't let nobody trick you. Don't let nobody trick you. Yeah, don't let you. What medical said, medical, J. Cole, what that was it? Fool me once, man. The same, because you know they be doing copyrights and shit. I can't just be saying people shit, but y'all be great today. Take on the world. Village mentality. Thank y'all for tuning in.